Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kelly. I'm so glad you're here today. And I am very lately in the season, of course, because you're going to see this on Christmas Eve, sending you recommendations for middle grade and YA Christmas themed books. So if you're like me though, your beginning of December and middle of December is so crazy. My kids are involved in ballet. That meant the Nutcracker. Band, that meant a performance, of course, children's choir, which meant some caroling and singing in Sunday evening church. And so there were so many things that we'd take until about January 6th when, Epiphany happens. We are non-denominational Christians, so Epiphany isn't like a big deal for us personally, but we have decided to fully embrace the 12 days of Christmas so that we have time to get the Christmas movies and books we'd like to experience in. So maybe you can adopt that too, since I'm giving this to you so very late. Well, the first one I'm going to recommend today is Juniper's Christmas. I'll pop a picture up on the screen. And this we read last year. And this is about a young girl. She has sadly lost her father. Her father had instilled a big love of Christmas in her. Both her parents are wonderful. Her mother is with her and just wonderful, but she goes missing. And so we have a lot of magic. We have reindeers. We have Santa Claus. We have, finding out about who you are themes in this book. I thought it was magical, fun, and a sweet story. I recommend it. The next one is A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig. He is famous for, I think, The Midnight Libraries. And I have not read that one. But I really loved his beautiful lyrical writing in this book. It is a Santa Claus origin story. It is not based anything really on Saint Nicholas. So if you have kids that you think might get confused about that, keep that in mind. But again, beautiful writing, and I liked the way he told the fantastical Santa origin story. All right, next we have The Christmas Pig by J.K. Rowling. And this is a story about a blended family. We have a little boy and he has this stuffed pig that he just absolutely loves. And he loses it through the fault of his new stepsister. And this story is about trying to find your way in a blended family in a lot of ways, but really it's about the things you love in childhood. The pig ends up where the lost things end up, and so the little boy has to go to this magical world. Like with the Harry Potter books, J.K. Rowling knows how to tell a good fantastical story, but this is very different. If you can turn your brain off a little bit to Harry Potter and enter world of muggles, so to say, of just normal people that are having this fantastical experience. I think it's very enjoyable. Next, okay, this is a childhood favorite. This was my favorite book to read at Christmas time in childhood, and my daughter and I both love it. We read it every year. I love all of the American Girl Christmas stories. I think Rebecca has a Hanukkah story. She's the American Girl with a Hanukkah story. And then Julie is the American Girl with a New Year's story. So they all have a holiday story. Most of them are Christmas though. And Samantha was my favorite American Girl when I was a kid. Maybe it was vanity that she was a brunette like me. I was blonde when I was super little, but by the time I was old enough to read these, I was a brunette. And I always liked kind of the Victorian, Edwardian, like Victorian moving into Edwardian period, even as a little girl for some reason. And so, I don't know, there's something about it. My daughter and I realized that Samantha is a little bit more focused on a toy than she should be, but I still think in a lot of ways this book teaches us about love, about accepting others, about friendship. I think the American Girl, Samantha books in general, do a good job of talking about child labor. This one doesn't really focus in on that at all, but it is such a sweet story, beautiful illustrations. Well, those are my recommendations for middle grade. I am going to recommend one YA, and that is The Afterlife of Holly Chase. Now, it's been a couple years since I've read this, and it's by Cynthia Hand. I don't have any recollection of anything inappropriate for a teen in it, but it's been a few years, so maybe preview yourself first. So this is the story of a bitter, spoiled, bad attitude teen she loses her life, and in this story there are ghost type people who inhabit the world of the Christmas Carol, and they take on the ghost characters to try to convince someone to be a Scrooge that's turned around. It's very interesting. I really enjoyed it. Definitely like a magical realism story. I wish there were more books where it focused in on families discovering the real reason of Christmas Jesus, but we do that with nonfiction a lot. So this is just our for fun stuff. As a Christian, I think it's important to really embrace the meaning of the season first and foremost, but these are some fun fiction books that you can read with your family as well. I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas and read a lot. Bye-bye.